Hi guys, Keri here. Thanks for coming to my class. Greetings from Brooklyn. This is my apartment. So today we're going to talk about feeling empowered. Empowered is one of my favorite emotions to teach in a class because it's so complex, right? Like, what does it mean to be empowered? For me, it means to be fully alive in every fiber of my being, to inhabit my space, the space of my body, with love and excitement and gusto. It's a sense of feeling powerful, but without needing to show that power. It's kind of a quiet power. It means feeling sexy and alive, and it is a kind of calm that comes from knowing your worth. And I love feeling empowered. It's primarily the thing I feel most when I do yoga. Moving your body, realizing your strength even on a bad day, celebrating that this body that you've been given is amazing. It does things for you every day without you even telling it to do so. And so empowerment for me is a celebration of being. There's a quote that I will probably butcher, because that's what I do, by Punjabi Joyce that says, "Yoga helps us tolerate the consequences of being oneself completely." And for me, that's one of the main reasons why I do yoga. I love myself, but even I can be a lot for myself. And I never want to feel bad about that, but I also want to come from a place of knowing what I'm thinking and feeling before reacting, right? So empowerment is a little bit like that. It's letting your freak flag fly. It's celebrating who you are completely, unabashedly. But of course, having that extra strength, that quiet power, where you have a moment to reflect before deciding how to use your power. So we're gonna start with a little breath work, and then we'll get right to our mat. All right, guys, so this breath that we're gonna do is called 3-part yogic breath, and it's suitable for everyone. So if you're pregnant, if you have high blood pressure, it's all good. Bring your hands around your ribs like a corset, and go ahead and press in a little bit. Be careful that you're not letting your shoulders come up or creating kind of any undue tension, but do press the ribs in. And just breathe somewhat normally. Obviously, you're gonna have a sense of the fact that you have your hands pressing in on the tops of your ribs, but just breathe and notice how your ribs move. Try to move your ribs with your breath, both wide, left to right, and full, front to back. All right, let the hands go for a second. Now I want you to relax your belly. Buddha belly, relax. That Buddha didn't have a six-pack, right? Enlightenment did not come with a six-pack, evidently. It makes me feel better. So relax your belly and try sending your breath there. Most of us don't breathe like this except for when we sleep, because as a society we've been trained to think that a big belly is bad. But if you've ever watched a child sleep, especially a baby, so much belly breath. They allow their bellies to be soft and vulnerable. They're empowered. They don't feel threat. And it's a very soothing way to breathe, belly breath. Now bring one hand to the heart center. In yoga we call this the heart, but it's really just the center of the chest. Your heart is not here. Newsflash. And now this one I find a little bit trickier. See if you can sip a little bit of your breath up into this hand at the chest center. Might be faint. It might just feel like you can feel your collarbones rise, or maybe the muscles of your chest, your sternum. You can feel them move. It might be very subtle. It's okay. And then we're gonna put all of it together. So, true story, I've been practicing yoga for maybe 25 years, and I would say the good first 15, I didn't worry about my breath. It was more about poses and flexibility and looking cool. Then I had some anxiety issues, and I had a teacher recommend that maybe I focus more on my breath, and I was really resilient. I was like, I don't wanna do that, that's boring, I'm not into it, it's frustrating. It's the kind of person I am. But when I did it, finally, kicking and dragging my feet, all of a sudden, after yoga, my mind felt clear. I was like, this must be what people are talking about when they say clear your mind, because I had never experienced that in all my years. So are you ready for that? You ready to experience that? Hope you do. So let's do 3-part yogic breathing. So listen, we'll take a big inhale through our nose. We'll take an audible exhale out of our mouth. We'll inhale in through our belly. Pause. Inhale through the sides of the ribs, pause. Inhale up through the chest, and then exhale out. So that's right, it's 3 separate sips of breath and 1 long exhale. Now, I like to exhale out my nose. In yoga, we primarily breathe through our nose for all the breathing. But if that doesn't suit you today, it's okay. You can breathe through your mouth. But if possible, do all the inhaling and doing all the exhaling out your nose. Okay? If you want some landmarks, you can bring your hands to whatever part was more of a challenge for you. Okay? So let's take a big inhale through the nose. Audible exhale at the mouth. Close the mouth gently. Inhale through the belly. Ribs. Heart center. Exhale out the nose. Inhale through the belly, the ribs, the heart center. Exhale out the nose. All right, inhale through the belly, the ribs, the heart center. Try to exhale, heart center, ribs, belly. Exhale, heart center, ribs, belly. 2 more. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart center. Exhale, heart center, ribs, belly. 1 more. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart center. Exhale, heart center, ribs, belly. And then breathe normally. Sometimes it's nice to take an audible exhale. Get out all that old dead air. So, now you know that there's probably way more breath that you can take into your body. And the inhale is our life force. The exhale is releasing the stress, right? I always say, inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit. I didn't make that up, someone else did. But if you're starting to feel like you don't have power, you've lost that life force in your body, you know that you have so much more inhale. There's places you can bring your breath that you didn't know you had before. All right? So I empower you to start this practice, feel alive, take a dance break whenever you need it. This is about celebrating being in your body. All right, let's meet in a down dog. All right, let's take our down dog. This first down dog, go ahead and pedal through your legs, come onto your toes, bend your knees and get your booty really high. And then step your feet like just a hair closer to your hands. Take your left hand all the way over to your right ankle or back over by that side of your mat. Right hand presses down and back. Bend your elbow and look underneath your right armpit, drawing your left hip bone more to the left and your right hip bone more to the right, so your lower belly starts to draw in and back. And back through center. Right hand over to the left ankle. You can always bend your knee if it's hard for you to reach for that ankle. Peep underneath your left armpit. Again, left hip bone moves more to the left, right hip bone moves more to the right. Creates a hollow in the lower belly. Come back to center. Step your feet back to their proper down dog stance. And let's come forward to a plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. exhale, down dog. Now, I really encourage you, if you have a playlist that just makes you feel like a badass, that puts you in a good mood, go ahead and play it. Big inhale, bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. All right, let's take 3 Surya Namaskar A's. Just celebrate our body. See where we're at today. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or hop to the back of your mat. Vinyasa or down dog. 3 breaths. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. 2 more. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or hop to the back of your mat. Vinyasa or down dog. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. 1 more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or hop back, vinyasa or down dog. 3 breaths. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. Awesome. So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna take eagle wrap. So I'll face you. You're gonna put all the weight on your right foot. Lift your left knee up into your chest. Swing the left leg around the right. Now, if like me, you can't get it, the double wrap, don't worry. Squeeze your shins, squeeze your thighs. Pull your left hip back, sit down. Eagle arms, cactus, right arm underneath the left, and then draw your fingertips up. Keep the spine long as maybe you fold forward. Gaze is over your left middle finger. Whoa, see? Even the teachers fall out of the pose, so you just come back in. Inhale, come on up, lift your left knee and step it all the way back, high lunge. Right hip back, left hip forward, pubic bone forward, ribs back. You're gonna open up your arms to the right. Drag your right fingertips further back. And then if it feels available to you, right hand to the back of your left thigh, left hand comes up, sink deeper into your right leg. And then go ahead and cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Take it all the way up and back. 3-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, heel towards the opposite buttock. Square it back off again. And then exhale, 3-legged vinyasa, regular vinyasa, or none. 3 breaths. Just building the elements of the flow. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. All right, eagle on the other side. Separate your feet, pour the weight into your left foot. Cross your right leg over your left, single or double eagle wrap. If you can't get your foot back around, just squeeze the shin, squeeze the thigh. Sit back, right hip back. Cactus your arms, this time left arm underneath right. Lift your fingertips up, find length as you fold. Keep your gaze steady on your thumbs. Inhale, come up, lift your right knee, step it all the way back, high lunge. Left hip back, right hip forward, pubic bone forward, ribs back. Firm your outer hips in and then open up towards the left. Draw your left fingertips more back. Left hand to the back of your right thigh, right hand up. Bend your left knee more deeply and reach all the way back with your right fingertips. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Left leg all the way up and back, three-legged down dog. Heel towards the opposite buttock if that feels good. Square it back off. Three-legged vinyasa, regular vinyasa, or none. Down dog, 3 breaths. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. Let's take 2 Surya Bs. It moves a little bit faster, but you can always skip the vinyasa if you feel like it's going too fast. So sit the seat down, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or hop back, vinyasa or down dog. Inhale, right foot steps to the top of the mat, plant your back heel, rise on up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands come down, vinyasa or down dog. Inhale, left foot steps to the top of the mat, plant your back heel, rise on up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands come down, vinyasa or down dog. 3 breaths. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand in Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to prayer. Samastiti. Take a really beautiful grounding breath, feeling your feet into the ground, crown of the head lifting. We'll take 1 more Surya B. Sit the seat down. Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or hop back, vinyasa or down dog. Inhale, right foot steps to the top of the mat, plant your back heel, rise on up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands come down, vinyasa or down dog. Inhale, left foot steps to the top of the mat, plant your back heel, rise on up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands come down, vinyasa or down dog. 3 breaths. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sit the seat down, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand, hands to prayer, arms by your side. Mountain pose. Again, feel that grounding breath from feet to crown of the head. Awesome. All right, we're gonna take that eagle legs again. So pour all the weight into the right foot, lift your left knee. Left leg over the right and around. Sit back, left hip back. Cactus arms, right arm underneath the left. And then lift your thumbs, fold forward. Inhale, come back up, high lunge, step it back. Open up your arms to the right, squeeze those thighs together, right fingertips back, right hand to your left thigh, left hand up and back, bend more deeply into your right knee. And then swing that left arm beside you, warrior 2. Now you might have to readjust your stance, or if like me, you have a yoga mat on a carpet, tends to move, so adjust as needed. Bend your right knee 90, not past, but a pretty deep lunge here in the leg, in the front knee. We'll take our arms out, ribs facing the long ways of the mat, not the short ways, and take your gaze over your right middle finger. Then I want you to take your right hand in front and your left hand behind or actually left hand in front, right hand behind, and make a little fist right at your heart. And pull the elbows away from each other right at the heart center. It's a mudra of strength. It's a mudra of power. Feel your strength and your power. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs, release the mudra, press the energy out, and then let's bring the hips back, fingertips forward, triangle pose. Find length all in your right side body and reach your right hip back towards your left heel. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down around the front foot or to blocks. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Hop your back foot in about a foot and heel toe your right foot a little bit wider. So we're gonna come into a pyramid pose here. Again, fingertips or the floor or blocks. Right hip back, left hip forward, lengthen. And exhale, fold over your right shin. Root down through the inner arches of both feet and spiral your outer thighs in and back to find a longer spine. Now we just went from 2 open hips to a closed hip here. And then we're gonna bend our right knee, crawl our right fingertips forward on the floor or a block. We're gonna allow the left heel to turn in so that that back hip starts to open. Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe start to pull your ribs in and take your right hand off the mat. Maybe even to your heart. Step it back, warrior 2. Really good job, guys. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Vinyasa or down dog or 3-legged vinyasa if that's in your practice. 3 breaths here. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. All right, separate your feet, inner hips width distance. Bend your knees. We're gonna take eagle on the other side. So right leg comes over and wraps around the left leg. Squeeze the shins, squeeze the thighs. Cactus your arms out left underneath your right. So, true story, this eagle pose has been my least favorite pose for a good 15 years running. But I make myself do it every day because usually the thing that we resist is the thing we need. So something in this posture I need, and I haven't found it yet, that's for sure. Inhale, come on up, undo your arms, step your right leg back. But I'm sure it has some knowledge that I need to find. Left hip back, right hip forward. High lunge. And then open up to the left hand to the back of your right thigh, right arm up. Keep reaching the right arm up and back as you bend more deeply through the left knee. And then exhale, plant your back heel. Open up, warrior 2. I'm gonna face this way so you can see me. Again, nice deep knee bend. Not coming over the ankle, but right about there. Ribs face the long ways of your mat. And then right hand forward, palm more towards your chest. Interlace your hands, elbows up, right at your heart center. Pull, resist. Feel how the collarbones broaden. Feel your strength. Keep this mudra as you straighten your legs. Hip creases back, left ribs forward, and then open up your arms. Triangle pose. Left buttock sweeps back towards the right heel. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Now you're gonna come onto the ball of your right foot and step your back foot in about a foot. Boop. Heel toe your left foot a little wider. And then go ahead and come on down to the whole sole of the right foot. Right toes kind of turn up and to the upper right corner of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Pull your left hip back, your right hip forward, and then fold forward, pyramid pose. Outer thighs spiral in and back so that you can find more length. All right, bend your left knee, crawl your fingertips forward, turn your right toes out to prepare for the Ardha Chandrasana, that back leg. Then put all the weight on your left foot and your left fingertips. Reach your right leg up and back, Ardha Chandrasana. See if you can draw your low belly and your ribs in. Find the empowered strength maybe to lift your left hand up or bring it to your heart. You can always bring it back down again if you need to, and then step it back. Warrior two. Awesome. Cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Three-legged vinyasa, regular vinyasa, none, whatever feels best. And then let's all take a child's pose. I'm gonna fix my mat for a second. Yoga on the carpet is really having like a migratory pattern with my mat. So go ahead, take a child's pose. Let your forehead relax, maybe even roll from side to side on that forehead. And just breathe for a second. Notice how your body feels. Strong, flexible. Now we're gonna add on to that flow. But in the meantime, just to have a little fun and to go outside of our comfort zone, we're gonna do something I call monkey jumps. So you're gonna come from a down dog and you're gonna spring forward trying to clap your feet together. Okay, I'll show you one and then we'll talk about what it is, all right? So your hands are on the mat, grip your fingertips, pull them back. You're gonna come into a down dog, but then you're gonna sit back. Your knees are gonna go wide like you're in the starting blocks. You're gonna look forward and you're gonna try to clap your feet together. One, maybe you can do two. Maybe you can do three. See how many you can do. We'll do a few in a row. Then you'll be exhausted and we'll have to take another child's pose. All right. And monkey jump. Monkey jump. Monkey jump. One more. Monkey jump. All right. Child's pose. Catch your breath, get a drink of water if you need, and then we'll come back into down dog. So monkey jumps, basically, you just tricked yourself into coming into a little mini handstand. When you have the task of clapping your feet together, you forget that really in order to get that air to clap your feet together, you're coming into handstand. So good job, you just empowered yourself to do a little handstand, hop up, prep, and practice. All righty. Let's take a big inhale and a nice audible exhale. Big inhale, nice audible exhale. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. All right, adding on, again, from the top. Separate your feet, inner hips width distance, bend your knees. Eagle wrap, left leg over the right. Right arm underneath the left. Sit it back, keep your gaze at your thumbs. We're gonna come into warrior three from here, so undo your legs. Kick your legs back as you scoop your arms forward. Turn your left toes down. Step it back, high lunge. This time, instead of opening our arms, we'll take a prayer twist. So left elbow over to the right thigh. Fire up your back leg, find your rotation. Look down, right hand on your right hip. Left hand is gonna come in front of your right foot on the floor. Turn your left toes down. Pull your right hip crease back and line up your left shoulder with your left wrist. Start to spin your torso over to the right. Maybe your right arm comes to the sky or comes to your hip crease. Twisted Ardha Chandrasana. And then switch to regular Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand comes to the floor. Stack and open up the hip. Left arm up to the sky. Pull your low belly in. Maybe you hover your right hand off the floor. And step it back. Warrior two. Let's breathe. Big inhale. Big exhale. Peaceful. Right fingertips come all the way up and back. Back through warrior two. Let's take the mudra of strength. Left hand in front of the right. Right up by your heart. Pull your elbows away from each other. Breathe deeply. Straighten your legs. Reach your right ribs forward and then undo your mudra. Triangle pose. Cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Hop it in. Left toes towards the upper left corner of your mat. Heel toe your right foot a little bit wider. Pyramid pose. Right hip back, left hip forward. Lengthen and fold. Spiral the outer thighs in and back. Root through the inner arches of your feet. Now you can either bring your left hand right underneath your left shoulder or to a block. Or if you feel steady here, you can bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot or to a block. Right hand on your hip crease. Keep right hip crease, that is. Keep rooting through the inner arches of the feet. Pull that right hip crease back. Try to keep your hips even as you lengthen your left shoulder in line with your left wrist. Then turn your chest. Your hand can always stay on your sacrum or you can lift your right arm up to the sky. Twisted triangle pose. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Exhale, hands come down. Take your left leg behind your right knee. Take a seated spinal twist. Left elbow over to the right thigh. We're just wringing everything out to the right side here. And then take it all the way over to the right. Round your spine. Awesome. Plant your hands. Step or hop back, vinyasa or down dog. 3 breaths. Woo, I'm building up a sweat. I had to turn my air conditioning off in order to teach because it's so loud that you can't hear me teach, and now I'm sweating. It's like an accidental hot yoga class. Bottom of your next exhale. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to come stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. All right, eagle on the other side. Last time, this way. Bend your knees. Right leg up and over your left, single or double eagle wrap. Left arm underneath the right, single or double eagle wrap. Lift and fold. Squeeze those shins, squeeze those thighs. Gaze at your thumbs. I'm so proud of you guys. Coming into warrior three. So lift up under your leg, kick it back, flex the right foot to the floor, and then reach the fingertips forward. Eagle wrap arms with warrior three legs. Step it all the way back, high lunge, find your footing. Prayer twist, right elbow over to the left thigh. Firm your back leg, squeeze the thighs together and find your rotation open. Look down, left hand on your left hip. Right hand comes in front of your left foot on the floor or a block. Flex your right toes. Pull your right hips back and then really try to line up your right shoulder with your right wrist. Turn your belly to the side. Left arm up or at your sacrum. Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana, twisted Ardha Chandrasana. And then left hand comes down. Open up the hip, regular Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe lift your left hand up off the floor and step it back, warrior two. All right, I'll change direction so you can see me. Good job, guys. I was like, power combo, warrior two. Find your breath, make sure you're in your posture, ribs facing the long ways of your mat. Peaceful, all the way up and back. And come back through warrior two. Let's take our mudra. Draw the elbows away from each other. Feel your strength. Feel your breath drop down into your belly. Straighten your legs. Hip creases back. Left side body long. And then reach your arms up and away from each other. Triangle pose. Look down. Bring your hands down around your front foot. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Hop it in about a foot. Heel toe your left foot wider, and then your right toes are facing the upper right corner of your mat, heel down. Pyramid pose. Left hip back, right hip forward, lengthen and fold again. Use blocks if you need. I'd rather your alignment be good on blocks than not use blocks and have the posture be affecting your body in the wrong way. And by the wrong way, I mean not stretching the correct muscles and instead getting into the ligaments or the joints. Right hand can either stay right underneath this right shoulder, or you can take it to the outer edge of your left foot. Left hand on your left hip. Pull your left hip crease back. Try to keep your hips even and lengthen your heart forward so your shoulder's sort of in line with that wrist. Root through your inner feet, wrap your ribs, find your twist. Hands can stay on your sacrum or left arm all the way up to the sky. Look down, hands come down, bend your left knee, snuggle your right knee behind it to come sit for a spinal twist. Right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Seated spinal twist. And then take it all the way over to the right, round your spine. Inhale, come up, either step or hop to the back of your mat, vinyasa or down dog. Three breaths. So you can either stay here in down dog or come to a child's pose for a second, and I just want you to pause. I want you to think about a characteristic about you. Maybe it's something you were born with, or maybe it's something that you've had to work really, really hard at. But I want you to think of something you're really proud of. Because there are so many different emotions that go all along with feeling empowered. And one of them, I think, is feeling proud, feeling strong and proud and brave and ecstatic and happy and alive. All of that is being empowered in our bodies. So try to think of what it is. For me, I had to work really hard at enjoying being alone. There was a point in college where I was like, it's important that I learn how to be alone, and I enjoy it. And so I did that. And now maybe I'm too good at it because now I really like being alone. But it's something I'm really proud of, that I am independent and I know how to be alone. Very proud of that. And then when you're ready, let's come back into down dog. Take a big inhale, and then a nice long exhale. Big inhale, and a nice long exhale. Inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back to 3. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale back to 3. Exhale, outer blade of the right foot behind your left wrist. Come onto your fingertips or blocks. Again, flex that right foot a lot, stay on the outer edge, and straighten both legs. So we're getting into the, it's like a weird pyramid pose where we get into the IT band. So draw your right hip back, your left hip forward. Look up, heart forward. And then you're gonna come into a pigeon pose. So you're gonna lay that right shin down on the mat. Now, I don't want you to get too comfy because we're gonna come back into that posture we just were in a second ago. So don't set your props up for this yet. Just right hip back, left hip forward, fold down on your forearms. You don't even have to come all the way down onto your belly right yet, like I said. We'll hang out in this pose longer in a second. We're gonna do a few waves. Then come back onto the palms of the hands and then the fingertips. Tuck your back toe. You're gonna come onto the outer blade of your right foot as you straighten both legs. Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward. Lengthen the spine. And then sit that right shin down again. We're gonna do one more wave. So again, don't get too cozy. One last time, palms of the hands, fingertips. Tuck the back toe, flex the right foot, stay on the outer edge of your right foot, right hip back, left hip forward, lengthen and fold. And then come into your pigeon. So now if you want to put a prop underneath your chest or underneath your right buttock or anything like that, go ahead and prop yourself as needed for pigeon. Now just a note on pigeon, this is me getting nerdy for a second. Your knee is a modified hinge joint. So regular hinge joints just go back and forth. Modified means it has a little bit of rotation, and we need it because of impact, right? So you're running or walking and all of a sudden you get hit from the side or you have to make a quick turn or a move. There is a little bit of rotation in the knee, but it's not really meant to be rotating that much, and especially with a bunch of weight on it. So this parallel the shin to the top of the mat for pigeon, it's not really how it should be. Your shin will never really be parallel to the top of the mat without damaging the joint. So it's just a suggestion to have the shin up towards parallel, but fully parallel and you're gonna hurt your knee joint. So that's some old alignment cues that are not good for the long-term health of your body. Inhale, come back up, and then let's take our rock star. So right heel to your left buttock, maybe it stays there, maybe you step it to the ground, rock star. And come on back to your down dog. If you want to take a vinyasa, awesome. I want to take a dance break instead of a vinyasa because when I'm empowered, I want to dance. I'm dancing like a dorky mom. I'm dancing like a dorky mom. So, you know, sometimes you don't need a vinyasa. Sometimes you need a dance, a dorky mom dance. I used to be cool. Once. Lengthen your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, back to 3. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, back to 3. Exhale, bend your knee, outer left blade of your foot behind your right wrist. Come onto your fingertips. So my left knee is still bent here while I get set up. And then I'm going to straighten both legs. Pull my left hip crease back, my right hip crease forward. Lengthen. I'm out of breath here. And then I'm going to set my shin down, kind of a fake out pigeon. Palms of the hands and then fingertips. Tuck your back toe. Be very much on the flexed outer left edge of your foot. Left hip back, right hip forward. Lengthen and fold. Let that left shin come down, fake out pigeon. And then again, last time, come on to fingertips. Straighten both legs, left hip back, right hip forward, lengthen and fold. And then come into your pigeon. So now, if you want props, we're gonna relax here a little bit longer. I guess relax is kind of a silly word. This isn't really relaxing pigeon, but left hip back, right hip forward, and fold on down. Feel your strength. Feel your breath, which lets you know you're alive. Your body is so amazing. It does things every single day to keep you trucking, and we're not even aware of it. How powerful is that? The strength that allows a kind of quiet confidence. Inhale, come on up. We'll take our 3-legged down dog, and maybe your heel comes to your opposite buttock, or maybe you step it to the floor for flip dog or rock star. And then either down dog or dance break or vinyasa. I guess I'll take a vinyasa this time. I don't want to embarrass the children with my dance moves. And then let's take a child's pose again. All right, guys, roll onto your backs. Now, pigeon is hip opener, and all back bends for the most part are not hip openers. So if you're very flexible in your hips, you might want to grab a block or even a book to squeeze in between your legs like this to plug the femurs back in the sockets, and like as a gentle reminder that we don't want our knees or toes opening in a back bend. That'll put the lower back at risk. Now, if you have crotchety hips like I do and your tendency is not to open, then you might be okay, but absolutely everyone, regardless, keep in mind that we want to keep the knees drawing together, not to touch, but to stay hip, knee, ankle, toe alignment moving forward. So go ahead, lay down on your back, draw your heels in closer to your buttocks. You can even, with your fingers, reach to make sure you can reach your heels. Curl your tail down and toward your heels, and your pubic bone will slightly cup up toward your chin, and you'll feel your lower back start to widen and release against the mat. So we'll start with a bridge. If you want it to be a restorative bridge, you can grab a block and put it underneath your sacrum, which is the triangle above your tailbone, or where like a lower back tattoo would be. Curl up, roll your shoulder blades underneath you, and then take bridge pose. I like to grab the insides of my ankles, but you can interlace your hands, grab the mat, or just take the backs of the hands down. Kneecaps moving forward, heart moving and melting back towards the chin. Exhale, roll down, top to bottom, pause. So resist the urge to hug your knees into your chest between rounds. If you feel like you need to do something to release the back, instead take the feet as wide as the mat, knock knee your knees, and windshield wiper them back and forth. So now that we have a bridge, we're gonna do 3 back bends. So you've got 2 more to spend, as I like to say. If you wanna take a wheel, you can take a wheel. Maybe you take another bridge, or maybe you take a restorative bridge and you take it for like the rest of the next 2 rounds. I'm gonna attempt a wheel, but real talk, ever since I had a baby, my wheel has not always felt great. So let it be a lesson. I'm gonna start to come into a wheel, but if it starts to feel like sensation is moving past sensation into discomfort, like physical discomfort, I'm gonna come down. And I urge you to do the same. As long as you can breathe through sensation, you're good. But if it starts to turn, you wanna come out, okay? Setting yourselves up. If you are taking wheel, I encourage a placement of the hands that's further away from the ears, but hugging the upper arm bones in. Come onto your head. Squeeze your hands like they're gonna come together. Squeeze your elbows. Make sure your knees and your toes are not turned out, and then come up. Today it's not too bad. But I'm only gonna stay there for a second. I don't wanna tempt the fates. And again, if you feel like you need to release your back, resist the urge to hug your knees in. Instead, knock knee your knees, and then windshield wiper your legs. So maybe you're still up there in your second back bend. I'm gonna move into a restorative bridge, getting my block. I like a medium height to start. Low height is really soothing. Top height's a little much for me, but I'm short. I'm gonna breathe into my belly, filling up my belly, and then exhaling, really allowing everything to go. If you're in a restorative, it's so funny. Sometimes we use props to help us, and then we resist the props. So if you are in a restorative bridge, can you give in to the props? Can you let them help you? Can you melt your body and your body weight into this device that is supposed to help you? Or are you still gripping? I'm a person that has a hard time accepting help. So no wonder I still hold when I use a prop. I have to remind myself, hey, accept the help, please. Awesome. A couple more breaths here. Inhale, lift your hips up. Come all the way down onto your back. So now if you're really done your back bending, you can go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. And roll on the lower back. Go ahead and straighten your legs up to the sky. Cross right in front of left, single or double eagle wrap, knees in, and then take it all the way over to the left with the gaze over to the right. And try to soften your right ribs to the floor on the right. Inhale back to center. Straighten your legs, left leg over the right, single or double eagle wrap, knees in. Take it all the way over to the right with your gaze over to the left. Try to soften your left ribs more over to the left floor. Inhale back to center. So now it's time for an inversion practice. Now, inversion practices, when there's not a teacher in the room there to help you, can be a little tricky. So if you have a inversion practice that you've done that you feel comfortable with, please go ahead and do so. And of course, you've got walls in your house, I hope, that you can use as support. But if you've never done an inversion before and you're scared to try now, do not fret, legs up the wall. So mine will be legs up the TV credenza. But basically you scooch your booty pretty close to the wall, the one side, and then you fan your legs up. And this could be legs up the couch, legs up the wall. If your hamstrings are tight, you just want to make sure that your butt isn't so close to what it is that you're putting your legs up on, so that it's more of a diagonal and not like legs straight up. It's very common for your feet to tingle here. It's okay, you can kind of move them around. Your arms are just relaxed by your sides. Now, if you want to take an inversion, like headstand, handstand, shoulder stand, any of those, we'll have a few moments to take it here, okay? So we already did a little handstand prep with those monkey kicks. So if that felt good for you, if you're not too tired, you can even try your monkey jumps again, not kicks, monkey jumps. And those were these, just in case you forgot, where you clapped your feet together. I'm gonna take a headstand and I will meet you guys in a child's pose in a few breaths, okay? Whichever your option, feel good about what you've chosen. Feel strong. You're empowered to make your own choices about your practice. I'm just your guide, but you know your body best. You are the expert of you. Start to move into a child's pose, or if you're in a shoulder stand, you might want to take a plow, and then a fish pose. Doing any counter postures that feel good in the body. And then we'll roll on up, and we'll come to a seat. We're going to take Tarasana, or 5 points pose, 7 points, 6 points, I can't remember. Tarasana. It's like heels close to the ground but further away. Grab your hands on your shins. I should know that. I can't. 8 angle. No, that's not it. I can't remember. Sometimes. Mom brain. Inhale, lift your heart. It is called Tarasana though. Exhale, round your spine, chin in toward your chest. Inhale, lift your heart. like cow pose. Exhale, round your spine like cat pose. One more time. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart like cow pose. Exhale, round your spine like cat pose. Keep the weight back and bring your forehead towards your heels. Forearms can come just to the outsides of your shins. So your spine is rounded here and your head is heavy. Start to slow down your breath. Inhale, come on up, straighten your legs, Paschimottanasana. Lift up, exhale, fold. Inhale, come back up. Lift up, exhale, fold like a wave. One more time, come on up. Lift up, exhale, fold forward, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, come up. If there's anything else that I didn't get to, as long as it's not another back bend, feel free to take that and then start to make your way onto the floor for Shavasana. Making yourself comfy. So if that means a blanket or something rolled up underneath your knees or over your body, and go ahead and start to lay down. Allow your feet to flop to either sides of the mat, palms of the hands up. Those of you that have tricky lower backs, sometimes bending the knees and bring the feet as wide as your mat, knock kneeing them in, is a better version of Shavasana for you, for your back. So just know that there are ways to accommodate. Also rolling up a towel or some pillows underneath your knees will also help let the lower back relax. And as you start to soften into Shavasana, or yogic rest, I want you to know that you have strength, you have power, you have intellect, you know your mind, and you are a fully alive being from head to toe. Allow this Shavasana to be a celebration of that. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe even let your head roll from side to side. Just start to be more present in this present moment in your body. Reach your arms over your head, stretch. And then exhale, curl yourself on over to one side to a fetal position. Let the floor hold you. And then press yourself up into your comfortable seat. So we're going to take 3 Oms. Normally I only take 1, but I want us to take that strength mudra on both hands. So left hand in front, right hand back. Hands at the heart, lift, make the elbows move away from each other. We'll take 1 Om like this. Om. Switch hands. See if you can feel that vibration coming off your chest, hitting this mudra. Om. Hands to prayer at heart center. Bring the prayer up to your forehead and bow down. The light in me honors the light in you. We are just the same. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Just allow yourself to sit here for a moment, feeling empowered in your body. And what are you going to use this empowered energy to go do? I'm going to go empower myself to do laundry. Maybe you're going to empower yourself to speak your mind, or empower yourself to start a new hobby. I don't know. But empowerment is just living fully in your being all the time, feeling good about it. So it doesn't matter what you do, whether it's a huge thing like trying to get a new job, or break up with a man or a woman, or tell someone you love them, or be a better parent, or if it's something as simple as doing the laundry or walking down the hallway to throw out the garbage. Can we do it with our whole beings? Can we be fully alive and be in our power? That is what I wish for you. Have a great day or evening, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye from Brooklyn. See you later.